The Wolves of K Street is about the rise of modern lobbying and corporate influence and power in Washington in a way that allows corporations to have lots of influence over public policy. In 1993, Bill Clinton took office. His major agenda item was getting national healthcare reform for all Americans. At the time, the bill was incredibly popular. Then came the corporate lobbyists. Lobbyists representing both Republicans and Democrats went to town in Washington trying to get lawmakers to oppose the bill. But more importantly, they ran advertising campaigns outside of Washington and targeted regular voters in key districts.
And basically what the industry had done is gone out and done polling and learned that most Americans believed that the healthcare system needed to be changed, but they were generally happy with their own doctor. So what the industry was able to do is promote the idea that the government was going to be taking your doctor away, was going to be taking choice away.
I think they also determined through polling that while people wanted healthcare reformed, they didn't trust the government to do so. So they basically said, don't trust the government to fix this problem. And people distrusted the government more than the healthcare system, and the bill failed remarkably. In fact, it changed the course of Bill Clinton's presidency and possibly the course of politics for several decades, because Bill Clinton moved from there to being much more centrist.
But it also is the reason why there is not a national health insurance program in America right now.
When Joe Biden ran for president, one of the things that he promised to do was to raise taxes on several industries that Democrats had thought were not paying enough tax. One of those industries was the private equity industry, which pays much lower tax than regular Americans. This is another idea that had broad bipartisan support. The private equity industry went to work. They went out and found key senators who they thought they could turn against the tax increase, including the senator from Arizona, Democrat Kyrsten Sinema.
This is really sort of the leading edge of where the influence industry is now. There's only a handful of members of Congress that are persuadable on any given issue. So going after these few moderate senators and getting around them, creating this sort of echo chamber, that's really the goal. And because a lot of those efforts were not sort of technically lobbying, it all happens in secret.
We called Senator Sinema's office and said, hey, why did you respond to this lobbying campaign and vote against the bill? And she said, what lobbying campaign? I never talked to any lobbyists. And it's because the lobbyists had gone to her constituents and never spoken to her directly.
I mean, she was answering honestly. She may not have known that all of these things were happening, right? And that's the goal.